Merry fucking Christmas, Bully Ray. Good job, Savage.
It's the best hand in pro wrestling today!
I'm wrestling with Savage with Willow Nightingale, baby. Let's go!
Yeah!
Yeah!
Because I'm lovely AF and you aren't. Thank you.
And you heard it here first on Wrestling with Savage. You fucking Raw man, yeah! Raw fucking yeah! Yeah! Yeah!
Battleground Championship Wrestling, we will not be denied.
With Luigi, the greatest pizza maker of all fucking time! Look at this fucking guy right here! Look at this fucking guy! Fuck you, Sam! Fuck you!
Say you are listening to Wrestling with Savage, the best podcast in the history of podcasts.
Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, Roger, you live at the champ. A last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a choke slam. Here to give it to you raw. This is Wrestling with Savage. SmackDown, hold the title. This is Wrestling with Savage. What?
Because they are the best tag team in the world today!
Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, Roger, you live at the champ. A last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a choke slam. Here to give it to you raw. This is Wrestling with Savage. SmackDown, hold the title. This is Wrestling with Savage. What?
Wrestling with Savage begins now.
And Gilch, they didn't hear any of that, but it doesn't really matter because they didn't know. Because I just changed the screen. Technical difficulties? I think not. Just stupidity. Welcome to Wrestling with Savage. The trailer you just saw was a little thing I just put together today, giving you all a peek at the weekend action of the ECW show that me and Gilch went to, and a lot of people from the Nation's Corner, Busted Open fans, and just ECW fans in general. What a fucking weekend, man. I mean, Gilch, to me, that was my birthday present to myself. And, you know, cutting my arm up, making that barbed wire bat you see on your screen so proudly displayed. I have to tell you, building a barbed wire baseball bat, it's actually satisfying. It was really therapeutic. Even the blood dripping down my arm. It was therapeutic. It made me feel like one of the boys. And I like to feel like I had some of the scars from Saturday night. Matt Cardona, Bully Ray, we're the only ones to be busted open. But goddamn, Gilch, I have to tell you, and Anthony, how you doing, by the way, Ant? Nice to see you, man. I'm doing good. We're going to get into Raw in a little bit. But I just got to tell you what it meant to me to watch Bully Ray walk down to the ring with the barbed wire bat that I made for him. Gilch, what did you think? Because I know we had seats next to each other, Gilch. And I'm going to go to you first, obviously, because you were there. You saw all the matches. You saw the shows. You met some of your favorites. What did you feel for me when you watched me watch Bully Ray come out with that barbed wire bat?
I might not have been involved in the creation of it, but I was certainly involved in the mental creation of it. Watching you get that bat and order the barbed wire online and seeing the cuts on your arm. So I felt, honestly, like it was my own as well. I felt as excited as you. And the video you had sent before was awesome, but I was still like, hopefully he comes out with it. When he came out with that thing in his hand, man, that made the night. And not only that, Anthony, it was the first match of the night. Like, we thought they were going to go on towards the end, the first match of the night, so we were fucking fired up after that.
How was that not the main event?
I don't care, but I'm glad it wasn't, because it just set the tone for the night. You know what I mean?
True.
Matt Cardona had already been there all day from 10 a.m. signing autographs. So, honestly, Bully probably said, you know what, we're going first because I know you got other shit to do. You're probably, you've been here all fucking day. Because a lot of the people that were signing, they weren't wrestling that night. They were doing the signing and then they were gone. For example, Jake Hager, Orange Cassidy. I can go on and on. But we met a lot of wrestlers that day. Gilch, what was your favorite signing from the day?
I mean, I don't really think I could give a name aside, in addition to RVD, right? I mean, I've never met RVD.
Wow.
RVD has, again, we've talked about this fucking guy, I mean, he's just inspired a generation. Who knows what places like AEW would look like and just a lot of these indie hi-fi and stuff. So I'd say it was RVD. I did have a good time with you talking to Willow for a couple minutes. Nice to see like an AEW dark worker put the work in and get on TV, so that's always cool. Who else do we meet, Savage? My brain is Orange. I met Orange. I met Orange.
That was
before.
real brief though, right? Like we didn't get to have a good interaction with him because I asked him a question. Do you remember what I asked him, Gilch?
Remind me.
I asked him, "What's your dream match for next year, Mr. Orange Cassidy?" You know what his answer was, Anthony? Take a guess what Orange Cassidy said for his dream match, because I guarantee you're fucking wrong.
I don't know.
That's a good answer, too.
That's close enough. That's close enough.
Obviously, I didn't know either, because my man went on to say no match. Yeah. He said that's the match of his dream, the no match.
And I'm sure you realize this, but that was a total in character fucking kayfabe answer. Like the whole I don't give a shit about nothing. Like the whole
Yeah, no, just his whole demeanor, everything. He's very in tune with his character. He knows exactly who he is and what he's doing. And I basically told him, I've been watching you for years. I've really enjoyed the progression, and straight up, you've come a long way. I used to bash Orange Cassidy. Now. We know he can work. We know he can go.
He's entertaining.
He's entertaining for sure.
That's a lot more than you could say that a lot of guys that do this on a regular basis.
Hey, listen, at the end of the day, he did his job because I paid $100 to meet the man and get the photo and the signature. I mean, I was able to meet someone who I actually respect more, Mr. Jake Hager, and wow, he was only charging $40. And he's a world fucking champion. So it just goes to show you. But, his manager knows what he's doing. He knows the YouTube views. He knows the numbers. Orange Cassidy's one of the most popular stars. But all in all, man, ECW was in the building. You had Rhino. You had you definitely had Sandman drinking beers with the fans. Sabu even came out at the end of the night. You had Shane Douglas. Francine. Yeah, did you watch those videos I sent you, Gilch? I sent you a couple of videos with Sabu. He came out at the end of the night to help RVD.
I gotta go back through him again.
Heath Slater came out to try to screw Rob Van Dam and help Rhino, and that's when the lights went black. Sabu came out. Small spot. RVD ends up hitting the 5-star frog splash, and I'm watching a 52-year-old man do the frog splash as good as he was doing it when he was like 25.
RVD's a monster.
Yeah,
RVD.
RVD.
He's never gonna stop.
He's a freak, and when it's all said and done, he might still be the one that's still wrestling amongst all his boys.
I'll tell you what else, aside from wrestling, man, this guy has the fucking life. Anthony, if you would have seen two girls that are with him, and I didn't know at first, are they valets, are they this? No, they're his girlfriends.
You didn't know them?
I didn't know. I know the one girl. I didn't know the blonde girl.
Okay, yeah, she's the newer one. The other one's Katie.
The other one.
Katie Forbes from Impact.
Hold on. Wait, what?
He's got two girlfriends, and the girlfriends are together as well. It's the three of them are together. It's awesome, bro.
No, it really is. And watching Rob Van Dam live his absolute best life, you kind of try to vicariously live through him. And I know Gilch was definitely living through Rob Van Dam when he was watching the speech, because he got inducted into the Hardcore Hall of Fame as well. Only downside of the night was Devon wasn't able to show up. That was the only disappointment. But other than that, I had a great fucking time. Great show. Bully Ray made my fucking year.
You know the funny thing is I had a great time as well. The show was beyond entertaining. The funny thing about it is the wrestling was okay, I thought, at best.
No, you're not wrong.
And it was still an over-the-top entertaining show, than anything I've been to lately. So really, really, really enjoyable.
No, you're definitely not wrong about that at all. Like, at all. There was a couple of good matches, but I think it would have been better wrestling card if the VSK match went on. Unfortunately, that got pulled. But what was your favorite like actual match of the night? For me, it was RVD versus Rhino or Bully versus Matt. And I'm probably going to lean towards Bully versus Matt because, like, for obvious reasons.
Yeah, I think just with the involvement in the match and the spot and everything, and I'd probably say the same. Yeah.
But
I actually,
what's up?
I actually watched some of the clips from that match. Incredible that Bully's still doing this.
Did you see the part of the match where he took the sign for me and used it on Matt Cardona?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was great. That was the second bonus of the night.
And Dave LaGreca heads exploded everywhere.
Yeah, and Dave LaGreca heads exploding everywhere. I called today. I told him thank you. Told him if you're going to get me tickets to WrestleMania 40 in Philly. And honestly, I don't need tickets for the rest of my life. Just let me take you and Devon out to dinner one night. And we're good. So, maybe not this year, next year, maybe 2030. I don't know. You're bored one night, Bully Ray? Savage going to take you out for whatever kind of dinner you want. Just bring Devon along for the ride so I can get that autograph that I didn't get on Saturday. But I digress. We got to talk about Monday Night Raw, boys. There was a lot going on Monday Night Raw tonight. Very different pace. Show started off something like out of the Attitude Era, like watching the New World Order, taking over the locker room. Bloodline just completely running amok tonight, kicking everybody's ass. What's up?
It was a Triple H show.
Oh,
I'm telling you right now.
Absolutely.
Triple H booked that tonight.
We know that.
Yeah, but you could tell the difference because the last couple weeks before tonight, it really wasn't that entertaining. But the fact that you did this whole thing with the Bloodline throughout the whole night, it made it a lot more watchable and a lot more entertaining than it was.
Tonight was one of the more watchable Raws of the past few months. It was fun, fast-paced, and the bottom line is there was good matches. There was a lot of good matches with good wrestlers and actual wrestling going on, and at the same time we're getting storytelling. Let's get into it, though. Raw opens up live from Iowa with Paul Heyman. Welcomes us all to Monday Night Raw. He goes on, says as usual, my name is blah blah, special counsel, undisputed champ, Roman Reigns. Smiling all evil. Then the camera pans into the tribal chief, lets everyone on Monday Night Raw know that this is not the home of Kevin Owens. This is the home he continues to leave. That's what he does. He continues to crash the gates of the island of relevancy. Then he goes on to talk shit about John Cena. Says, Kevin, you and John are going to need more than just John Cena. In fact, you're going to need the entire locker room. Basically, Roman Reigns came out and just talked shit to the whole locker room tonight, which, to me, symbolizes the beginning of the end of the Bloodline. You piss off enough people, they're going to find a way to, if not rip one title off you, both titles off you. I don't know which one's going to happen, but Gilch, I'll go to you. What are your thoughts on the whole idea of the Bloodline just running roughshod over Raw?
I'm okay with it. I think we're all kind of, a little, even though we enjoy it, we're a little tired of the Bloodline per se. But they did their thing. I like it. Just keep building them up. The heat's there. It was good.
I felt like Roman was getting kind of some boos tonight when he was like talking shit. The audience, I heard some boos. And then we get another camera panning in on another section of the arena, and the Bloodline's beating up on superstars. One of them that I caught was Mustafa Ali, and I believe Elias too got fucked up tonight, right? He got hit with a guitar. People were getting dominated tonight. People were getting shitted on, unfortunately. Raw opens up with a match 3-on-3. Street Profits with Tozawa versus Judgment Day. Priest and Balor with Rhea and Dom. The match started off with Montez Ford and Priest. Montez goes off on Priest with very hard chops, but eventually Priest with a receipt. One hell of a forearm. Dawkins comes in. Now Finn Balor in. The Bloodline, they show us another camera angle. Chase University even made it on Raw tonight. Andre Chase getting his fucking ass kicked. What's he doing backstage at Raw? Must have had a dark match. I think they like that kid. But overall, Bloodline was on a rampage tonight. Corey Graves says, by the way, this attack that the Bloodline was doing, it forced the match to go into picture-in-picture. And I totally forgot what was happening now in the match because I started watching what the Bloodline were doing. So, not only are the Bloodline disrupting the actual fucking locker room, they're actually disrupting the show. Because I started looking again, and all of a sudden now Judgment Day's back in control. This all ends, though, all right? We get Priest shoulder tackle, sending Dawkins outside, taking us to break. That looks solid. And he actually hit the Hogan pose before they went to break. I don't know if you noticed that, Gilch, but he looked fucking jacked. Damian Priest looked like he gained 40 pounds in pure muscle. And
but did you see how big Montez Ford got?
Oh, well, yeah, no, Montez is another freak of nature.
Shit.
Yeah. Did you see how hard he was chopping Priest to start off the night? I actually appreciated that. I was like, oh, shit. Hard shots to start off the night to let everybody in the locker room know, you know, that's how it's done. You need to hear these shots for it to be believable. So I appreciated that. But at the end of the day, we got Angelo Dawkins, again, fucked up with a choke slam. Ford then hits the splash on Priest. Finn Balor connects with a sling blade, running shotgun dropkick on Ford. Tozawa comes in with a distraction, throwing a beverage at Dom, and then Ford picks up the win with a roll-up. So Judgment Day taking the loss here, but did they really lose? Because then Rhea just walks up to Tozawa, not even slaps him. She punched him in the fucking face, and then they had a match on Monday Night Raw. Gilch, what did you think of this? Because I know you're a China. You've watched a lot of China, right?
Grew up on China.
Grew up on China. Is there anyone even close to China besides Rhea Ripley right now?
Rhea is the closest to China that I could think of in modernist history. I mean, I wouldn't say, her during her era, for the most part, it was basically her and the Divas. I mean, they didn't call them women performers, women champion. It was Divas, right? And I mean, there was a big difference in the way that I can't even think a random diva looks back then in China does, or Rhea Ripley looks now, or most of the rest, or a lot of the female wrestlers. But yeah, back to your point is she's on another level physicality.
Yeah, I mean, as far as being booked to be like how they're presented and how you see what they do. She's out here just beating up dudes. Just beating them up. She beat the shit out of Tozawa. She did her finishing move, beating the shit out of him, and poor Tozawa. Poor Tozawa just getting killed on fucking Raw. You had the Prophets barking at him like a dog. Just barking at him. Get in there. For what? So you can get killed? Anthony, what'd you think about the beatdown that Rhea Ripley gave Tozawa?
I absolutely love Rhea Ripley. If you don't, you are not a fucking wrestling fan to me. You're not a fan of women's wrestling. Because that woman is disgusting. In the ring, she's a modern day China. She is. She's got no fear. I mean, Tozawa, he had no idea what to do. Every maneuver, he was just standing there like every time he would go to hit her, he couldn't do it. He didn't know what to do. The way they booked this match was brilliant. Made Rhea look so good in that ring. Made Tozawa look like a schmuck, but
Tozawa's a worker, and he's a gentleman. So at the end of the day, he didn't want to hit, like you said, he didn't know what to do, right? He got put in the spot, peer pressure by the Prophets. It's not like he chose to do this. He got peer pressured into it. Prophets, thinking that he's going to go in there and do something against Rhea Ripley?
Yeah, right.
No way.
And there's one more thing I want to say about this whole thing. Do you guys, I love how they played on the injury from last week with Dominic.
Yeah, with the eyes.
The sunglasses. He was wearing the
And
sunglasses.
he was still rubbing his eyes the whole time. But my favorite part of the match was watching the Street Profits' reaction every time Tozawa just got clocked with a shot. Like, Ford was like, oh, I don't want none of that shit. But anyway, fun way to continue the night on Raw. Then we get a video package, Bobby Lashley, what happened versus Seth Rollins, him snapping and getting fired. We didn't see Bobby Lashley tonight, except this kind of video package. But his name comes up later in the night in a very interesting way. Well, we're going to get into that in a little bit. We get in, and this next interview was very well done. This was one of the better Adam Pearce segments I've ever seen because of how much happened in like a 25-second window. Pearce is on the screen, and before he can address the issue on Bobby Lashley, they ask what happened with Bobby and him. He says that's between me and him, and it's not a matter of if, it's when he comes back. Then MVP shows up. He interrupts, says if he has a moment, he'd like to talk about Lashley. Okay, I like this. Ref runs up, says, now you got to come with me. Something happened. MVP smiling. This was a great seed, because if this is going to lead to the Hurt Business coming back, I'm all for that. We need more factions right now, and they were a good faction. I'm 100% okay with Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin coming back and getting more TV time. Maybe tag team run. What do you think, Anthony?
I cannot wait to see the Hurt Business under Triple H, under this administration.
That's a good point.
They are going to be booked so much better, because when they were booked with Vince, with the administration with Vince, Vince's administration, they were booked like shit. Like in the beginning, they were booked great, and then it was just like, all right, now this shit's getting stale, and they're starting to lose now, because now we're going to see a breakup soon. The way Triple H is going to do this is going to be so freaking perfect, and I cannot wait to watch it.
How about you, Gil? Hurt Business. Are you in it? You want it? And who do you think they should target when they come back, or if they come back?
Yeah, 1,000%. Give me the Hurt Business back. Target?
Ricochet.
Johnny Gargano.
Johnny, wow, you really just want nothing good for Johnny, huh? Because, it was a bad night for Johnny tonight. It was a bad night for Johnny. It wasn't a good night for Johnny.
It's been a bad...
It's been a bad winter break so far for Mr. Johnny Gargano. Bad Thanksgiving, bad Halloween. Yeah, you're right. I mean, this fourth quarter of the year, he's been getting... He came in hot, remember? Jay was sucking this guy off all summer long. Future babyface, fuck Cody. Jay, you out there? You listening, you fucking asshole? How dare you talk about fucking this guy like that? He was actually putting Gargano to go over Cody Rhodes, and that definitely did not pan out. Shout out to Jay. Heard you were having some technical difficulties there. We'll get you on tomorrow night. I know you'll find a way to make your computer work for that shit. Just like this guy, you want to talk about Roxanne fucking Perez all fucking night long. Go ahead, Anthony. I know you can't contain yourself. By the way, did you get a haircut? You're looking sharp over there, brother.
Haircut, beard trim.
I see that, bro. Looking sharp. I like it. I like Gil's got the clean shave. It was super kick fucking party and never ends.
He's got the stash.
Only one kind of party, baby.
Super kick party. Yeah, you're going to get that on Wednesday. And then, Anthony, you're probably going to get more Moxley bleeding. Moxley bleeds more than...
Okay. I don't want to see Moxley on TV. Can we not talk about him, please?
Yeah, we can not talk about him. You're right. Now let's talk about the OC and the tag team match between Carl Anderson, Luke Gallows versus Alpha Academy. And here's the statistic I'll pull out for you. Apparently, Alpha Academy hasn't won a match clean as a tag team since February. Is that not like unreal?
It's just the ultimate jobber status.
But how good are they? Because in my mind, every time they come out, I still think they have a legitimate chance to pull it off.
So do I.
I'm not going to get into that match too much because it was a match where fans were actually chanting, "We want Otis." So, Anthony, if you want this one, you want to tell us what you thought of this match? What you liked, hated, didn't like? Or if you don't give a fuck, you can pass it to Gilch. It's up to you.
I'll take a little bit of it, and then I'll give Gilch, I'll let Gilch say his words. You sure, Gilch? All right. I enjoyed the match for what it was. Because you have like two of like the best in-ring performers in the ring, kind of leading the match for them. I really think that Chad Gable, like they just need to get booked better and be put against other tag teams where they can match up, because I don't think from what I saw, I don't think they really have good chemistry with the OC. From what I saw, it was a good match, but it could have been better. I don't see chemistry.
I'm not going to argue with you with the chemistry part. I mean, I can't recall how many times they've had a match. I mean, OC just got back to the WWE. I'm sure they've been in the ring together before, but I think it's more of a matter of booking. You're right. They definitely need to be booked better. I think next year we're going to get a big influx of tag teams and tag team action overall. But I don't see Alpha Academy coming out on top out of all those different tag teams that are coming for those fucking titles right now, right? There's got to be a lot of hungry tag teams because the fucking Usos have been the champs for so goddamn long. So, I guess, Gilch, I'll go to you. You don't even want to talk about the match. Who do you think next year are your three most credible WWE tag team contenders? Try to put it in order if you can. For me, it's got to be Profits. It's got to be Legado del Fantasma from SmackDown. I love them, and you're going to see them slay. And then number 3, I'm going to give it to an NXT team. I need to see Pretty Tedley coming up to the main roster. Who do you got in the WWE? That's a tough one.
It's a fair list. The only one I have to disagree with you is it's hard for me to put the Street Profits in there as a tag team of 2023 when I don't really believe they're going to be a tag team throughout the entire year of 2023.
So you see them splitting up. Okay, so who do you put in their place? Viking Raiders?
Maybe. Fuck. Who else is there?
Do you think the Brawling Brutes are still going to be a faction next year?
I mean, I'd be okay with that. But this is the problem when you don't develop tag teams. You know, like when for the last 3 years your only tag teams were two guys you randomly wanted to throw together and start a story. I mean, that's basically been WWE tag team wrestling for a while. I don't know, man. You know, I'm a big Gallows and Anderson fan, so I mean, I wouldn't mind them being pushed a little hard, seeing them get back to like a dominant kind of like status. And you know what? Fuck it. I'm a fan of any Bullet Club iteration. So anybody else out there they want to sign? I mean, who do you got? You got Ace Austin, right? He's out there. I mean, this guy's bring in like 2 or 3 guys, like some version of the Bullet Club, and just bring this fucking. I guess you can't, right? Because they probably don't own the rights to that, right? Rights to that probably belong to.
Well, they could just keep going with OC, just trying to grow on that shit. But like you said, you love Luke Gallows, Anderson. Tonight they actually killed it. They were killing Alpha Academy. They ended up getting the win. They were abusing Gable for the majority of the match. It was actually a nice wrestling match because it started off with chain wrestling, and Gable and Anderson, I felt like, had a little chemistry, and then it just turned into a spot fest of big moves and just the finish. And then of course Bloodline comes out. They decimate the OC, just beating the shit out of Anderson. They hit him with a one and done. They hit Gallows with a one and done. They scream, "We the ones." And now here comes Adam Pearce with the officials. We go to break. Back on for break, Sami Zayn is on the mic talking about, he's an usologist. And, he doesn't like anyone rushing his dogs. Starts talking about when John Cena and KO face me and the Tribal Chief, they're going to get it. And then he says, "We done here. Iowa, we out." Because everyone in the locker room, they the twos and we the ones. Mic drop. We come back from break. AJ Styles is arguing with Adam Pearce, and this leads to him getting a match with Sami Zayn, which I'm sure everybody was actually like, "Oh, okay, that sounds good on paper," but I know how it's going to play out. Gilch, what did you think about Alexa Bliss tonight? Right? Was it a big heel moment for her?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so. Listen, you know what? We've talked about Alexa ad nauseum the past couple of weeks. And I have, because I was always a fan of hers. I thought she had a great run when she was champion. I don't know, she just hasn't really looked impressive or strong the way she's wrestled for a while. So yeah, I got no problem. If you want to bring her back to Fiend style Alexa, I've got no problem with that.
I have a feeling her match is going to just end in DQ, and she's going to snap and do something to hurt Bianca, maybe keep her off TV for a week or two. So this way Bianca can go off to work main event Mania with somebody. I don't see Alexa winning this, but I did like the moment. She lost her mind. She snapped. She says she doesn't remember what happened to her because Bray Wyatt kidnapped her, and she just doesn't remember what happened. It's all believable. And she snaps and reminds Bianca, "Hey, I was winning titles before you." And this made her look strong. I'm going to also win another one off of you. Bianca's like, "You can try." Goes to walk away. Bang! Cracked in the back of the head with a mace. How about you, Ant? What do you think? Do you think Bianca Belair can beat Alexa Bliss, or is Alexa Bliss going to surprise everybody?
First, I'm going to just say that I think Alexa Bliss's work tonight was the best I've ever heard her.
The best you've ever heard her? Okay.
Yes. Since the bratty bitch gimmick that she had when the Shield was a thing.
Yeah.
Like that era. I'm going to call it the Shield era because it's just easier. She literally, I feel she beat Bianca on the mic tonight. And I really never thought I would ever hear myself say that. As far as the match, they're not going to put it on her. They're going to put it on Flair. Let's be real here.
Yeah, I 100% agree with your assessment there. But Alexa did shine tonight on the mic in the performance. 100%. I hope she's going to go on to have a good year next year. Maybe she's going to get involved with Bray Wyatt. Maybe this whole storyline is to just set that up for her to go over to SmackDown, probably. That's what I'm assuming.
I kind of don't want to see that again. I don't
know what's going to happen with that.
Well, I mean, if this, it's kind of, there's, obviously the seeds are being planted. But I don't want to see that again because it was overdone. It was an overdone gimmick.
Well, it's been done to death, man. They've done a lot of things to death, but Alexa Bliss can still perform on the mic. I don't know if she can still perform in the ring next year. I think she needs to have a good 3-4 months of legitimate, hard-hitting, fun matches. And then, we could talk after WrestleMania. Maybe she could be that contender after that. But she's got to get back on her fucking horse and start putting on bangers like she used to. Now we're going to be talking about Dexter Lumis versus The Miz in this crazy fucking ladder match. Or was it crazy? Find out when we're back right here on Wrestling with Savage.
Well, ho, 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 it's that time of the year, and if you want Santa's recommendation for what you should get your friends, the best gift that you can give anyone this year is this gorgeous, beautiful, custom Wrestling with Savage t-shirt, which you can pick up today. Just head on over to wrestlingwithsavage.com and we'll put your order in. You can get any color you want. Make sure you get your order in ASAP so Santa's little helpers can put it together for you and get it straight to your door for Christmas Eve. Make sure that you order today. WrestlingWithSavage.com. We work directly with the North Pole and Santa Claus and everybody you know and love. They will make no better gift than this. This is the best gift you can get anyone you know. It's warm, it's nice material, it's beautiful, and it's got a picture of my favorite person in the world, Savage. Head on over to WrestlingWithSavage.com now.
Oh, you will be in on this, and we're back. We're back right here on Wrestling with Savage with Gilch, with Anthony. Special shout out to Lewis and Jay and Thomas and David and anybody that's, come along with us for the ride. All you fans. Happy Hanukkah, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, have a happy New Year. I want to actually apologize to a few members of the nation or whoever was there at the convention. If my language offended you, I apologize. But I assure you, the odor that I was smelling from some of the sections there was much more offensive than anything I said. But let's get to something else. By the way, shout out to lovely Miss Larkin. We're going to have her on the show sometime in 2023. If you don't know her, Anthony, you should. She's been on AEW. She's been part of the Baddies. She's had a lot of matches. And I also got to have a cool interaction with a couple of Bully Ray's students. I'm working on getting one of them on the show. And, I have one other big surprise, but I'm going to save that for when I get confirmation. I don't want to tease the wrestler that I'm going to try to get on this show in January, because if I get him on this show, I'm probably going to cry on air.
Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, right. I fucking wish.
John Moxley?
If I could chop you right now, Anthony, I really would. I really would. Me and Gilch were talking, though. We might make you our official wrestling caddy.
No, that's supposed to mean.
Means we're me and Gilch are going to pay for your tickets, and then you're going to carry like 17 belts.
Okay. I'm good with that.
I told you. I didn't even say yes to that.
Yeah, you get to go to wrestling shows for free. You just got to carry it with a suitcase with all the titles. And then what we're going to do is we're going to charge people to take pictures with the title of their choice. $5 a photo. Pick your title. We bring every fucking title to the show, Gilch. I'll bring my 10. You bring your 10. You know how much money we're going to make?
By the way, I am...
And they can tip Anthony. Tip your handler.
I'm waiting any day now anxiously for my email from AEW shop to tell me that my order has shipped.
Oh, yeah, I am excited about that. I am going to be a little Mark bitch for that title. And you're going to... That's the other thing, Anthony. If you don't agree to this job, then I'm just going to be Gilch's permanent AEW caddy. We'll go to shows, and I'll be carrying his title.
I'm taking the job.
It's a good job. Actually, Anthony, I was thinking we could do wrestling birthday parties. Like, we show up to some kid's birthday party with 2 indie wrestlers, a suitcase filled with titles, a wrestling birthday cake, 5 pizzas, and a WrestleFest arcade machine.
Let's go. Let's do it.
You charge $1,500 for 3 hours. What do you think, Gilch?
I love it. But speaking of kids, like you said, children's birthday, speaking of kids, I received my first 3 count on a pin last night from my 5-year-old daughter. So probably the first of many, many, many to come over the next 20 years. But yes, she has successfully defeated me for the first time.
Wow. You let her win early. I'm not going to let my son pin me until the day I die.
It might have been a finger poke of doom kind of thing to like get the
hey, man, that just means you're a good worker, all right? You did the job.
Turn her into the next Rhea Ripley.
I guess I would let my daughter beat me too if I had a daughter. I'm not going to lie to you. But yeah, Gilch, maybe your daughter can be our first, we'll do her party for free, obviously. Get Bryce Donovan, get Bobby Orlando, maybe VSK. You know who we probably could get? We could get Dr. Cool versus the Sweeper.
the Sweeper will come. Yeah.
I think I can get them for $100. You pay them $50 each. You tell them I'm going to pick you up and I'm going to feed you. And you guys can chill. All we got to do is find somewhere to put this WrestleFest arcade machine, man. I can see it now, man. could see it. Savage birthday parties. Maybe, man. That's the good thing about life, Anthony.
I would love that.
You ever had any desire of reopening a store again, or no?
Oh, absolutely. Too many times. Actually, if you wanted to be the, let's say, quote-unquote investor, I could get your store up and running within 3 weeks with a completely automated system, 2 fully trained employees, and maybe even about $127,000 worth of inventory from my personal supply. But I don't know. The best part of the business, if you want to do a business, you got to buy shit from people. That's how you make profit. Buy shit for cheap, sell shit for, market value.
I feel like anyone we spoke to over the weekend, obviously we had during the convention, I can't, as soon as, when this guy told me I was on my way and I wasn't in a hurry because I only wanted a few autographs and we had front of the line fast pass. So as we're going there, he's like, hey, by the way, there's a lot of merchandise tent set up with figures, old figures. And I was like...
I fucked him up again.
God damn it. So, it was a little more of an expensive day than I thought it would be, but not bad.
You had good eyes, man. Your eyes were fucking peeled. I saw the way you were walking, man. You were walking like a fucking person who was looking for something. That's what you were doing.
Yeah.
And your eyes were... Yo... How about that Andre the Giant? Yo, Anthony, we spotted an Andre the Giant card that was almost kind of one of a kind at this point. $1,800. And it's certified mint, too.
How about this same guy who was selling this? I mean, I he can't really lie about this because you can look this shit up, so I'm going to assume he's telling us the truth. Said that in another pack, he had an Andre one. I forgot who he got it from the 80s. And it was autographed.
Yeah,
it was autographed and graded like a tad below, like a little bit below mint. And he claims he sold it for $25,000, which I mean, with Andre's autograph, you can't even really put a price tag on that. How many Andre autographs are out there right now?
Right.
So wild, yeah. It's funny because the guy had some nice prints, and I said, no, I love your big 16x20 prints. I just have I'm not going to have no wall space left.
Anthony, can you see this?
That's why I went to cards.
This is what I picked up. Vince McMahon. Old school.
Oh my God, that was when he was doing the announcing. That was when he first came out, right?
Well, this is an older one, but it's not that old. No. He announced way before this ever came out. But I saw it just like Gilch saw something he wanted, and that was it. I got it for a great price because these go for up to $80, $100 online sometimes. I got it for like $40.
Oh, that was a score.
You can't beat that.
It's funny, as I was just saying that, Anthony, about all the tables we were going to, the point I was trying to make was all the guys we talked to, they were talking about making money like retail. What they're doing is they go to these like smaller shows, they'll walk up to a guy, and they'll just be like, okay, how much for the table? And the guy's like, what do you mean? How much for everything? And they just buy out all these smaller lots and then resell from there. Yeah.
Yep. 100%, man. They're looking for the little guy so they can stay the big guy or the middle guy. The big guys... That's Ringside Collectibles, and nobody's fucking with them.
Can we really quickly, again, I know we're way off topic.
It's all good.
Since we opened with Bully, I got to give big props, not just this weekend or recently at the Creative Pro shows, but Matt Cardona, he's almost working like almost kind of multiple characters at one point. When he does the CCW, when he does this GCW, he plays this I'm the Deathmatch King because he won like the one match and everything else. And fuck, does he get heat? Oh my God. Like if you would have told me like, I don't know, how many years ago was he in WWE? 10? Further even, maybe whatever it was. You would have told me that Zack Ryder in any iteration of a character could have this much heat. I'd say you were crazy. So, I mean, props, man. He's just doing his thing everywhere he goes.
No, real quick, I just got to mention, shout out again to Jay. Apparently he's in the YouTube chat tonight. Jay, I see you. If you got something you want to get on the air, let me know. I'll gladly read one of your quotes. But yeah, Gilch, I went on Matt Cardona's page today because he was posting a lot of content. And I said, dude, honestly, after I reevaluate everything you've done, you are my pick to be the man in 2023. I would rather see him become the WWE champion over Cody, over Seth, over anybody. Because he's earned it, bro.
If Matt Cardona comes in at number 30 and wins the Rumble, I might blow shit up. Like I might
that would be something.
Jump up a roof. Like, oh my God.
that would start what I called. I told him, man, in my opinion, right now, you look like you're in your prime. You look like you're better than the High Chief, the Tribal Chief, anybody from the Bloodline, and you look like you're ready to be the person who starts the new Attitude Era.
Think about, like, everyone talks about Cody's return and Cody's storyline and Cody's journey. And yeah, it's the dream journey. His father was who he was. He was here. He got booked terribly towards the end, left, killed it on the indies, killed it. Started a fucking wrestling company, basically helped start a wrestling company, and comes back here as conquering hero. Cardona's almost got the same trajectory, or maybe not the family history and all that, but this is a guy who was, he had a success as Zack Ryder. He was kind of booked a little comical in a sense, even when he was at his best. So, I mean, he went away. He's destroyed the indies. He's developed different characters. I mean, he's killed it.
Absolutely, and I want to see big things from Matt Cardona. Shout out to you for always being cool to me since the first time I met you at the Toy Drive. Awesome to talk to you again. He came up to me during the match. He even said, "Fuck you, Santa." He came right up to me, put his middle finger in my face, said, "Fuck you, Santa." Did you see that video, Ant?
Yeah.
So, I mean, that shit was great. He had me fucking smiling. He does his job as a wrestler, and I did my job as a fan. And he was getting major heat, like you said. I didn't even have to start the chants on him. They were chanting, "You suck dick." I didn't even want to chant that, because I don't agree with it. I'll boo him, but I don't want to say to poor Matt, "You suck dick." Those fans are ruthless.
Those fuck Cardona chants immediately. And he plays into it so good. He gets the heat going with the crowd. "I'm the deathmatch king. Fuck you."
And you gotta love Bully Ray for coming out and then playing with it, saying you heard what they're chanting to you, right? And everybody, "You fucked up. You fucked up."
You know what I want you to, when you call at some point this week, to ask Bully, how is it working with Matt Cardona? Because I think, like you just said, I think Bully is having as much fun with all this shit than anyone else, because of the heat that's coming off Cardona and because of the automatic fucking love that comes to Bully, anything ECW related. So, like, I think he's having a good time doing what he's doing.
I think he's going to stay in character and just, probably say, Matt Cardona's a piece of shit. Did you hear today's show, Gilch?
I did not. I heard maybe like a half hour in the middle of the show.
So, Dave is the one that brought me up and started talking about Savage and the stop sign and the barbed wire bat and Bully, completely. I don't want to tell the full story, but just say that Bully stayed in character. Okay? Mm-hmm. He didn't give away the details of what me and Gilch had to go through, which, by the way, I'll just say this. Philadelphia, clean your shit up. That parking lot smells really bad. Listen, bad.
You might be in a questionable part of town when the Walmart and the Target lock up like toys, like figures. Like toys are behind lock and key. Like you can't even we asked the guy where's the wrestling figures. He's like, I don't know, maybe over there. So we're trying to point through the glass and find wrestling figures scattered everywhere in this Walmart. What did we walk into?
Shit was crazy. I'll say that. But all right, let's get back to Raw. Enough about Bully. We love you, Bully. We love you, David LaGreca. Shout out. Thanks for taking my calls, as always. Happy Hanukkah, Christmas, whatever you guys celebrate. But we got to talk about Dexter Lumis versus The Miz. In my opinion, it was a lackluster match to start up. It started off really bad, really slow, way too obvious spots. Dexter Lumis looks like he's in the best shape of his life, but he can't climb a ladder. It was bad to start off. AJ and Sami Zayn was a much better match than this one, but I'll give him credit. I'll give the match credit, because at the end of the day, the way this match ended, Miz and Dexter Lumis, I was in love with The Miz all over again. Because number one, I did not see this shit coming at all. Mr. Bronson fucking Reed coming back to help The Miz. And shout out to Dexter Lumis, because that bump off the ladder through the table looked incredibly stiff, and you took it like a champ. I'll give you that. But Bronson Reed coming out, hitting that tsunami splash, which, by the way, Gilch, did you notice how he climbed up and then with one leg, while he's still holding his body weight of 300 plus pounds, he pushed off only one leg to get the height on that splash. Did you notice that? This kid is incredible. Nation's Corner is a big fucking fan of this guy. They were praising him in the chat all night. If you don't know about the Nation's Corner, you should join their Discord. Look them up. Awesome place to learn a lot about all the different indie wrestlers because they follow all of them. And they can, like an encyclopedia, they'll tell you what matches to watch on Bronson Reed if you want to know why he's back. If you want to know why he's here because he's put in the work like Drew McIntyre. He's put in the work like John Moxley. He's put in the work like Matt Cardona. He's been around the world, Japan, Mexico, Ecuador, Puerto Rico. This guy's worked the world and put on bangers. And he's come back bigger and meaner, and he's giving splashes like he's the son of Bam Bam Bigelow, baby. He's giving splashes like he's the fucking reincarnation of Bam Bam Bigelow. I'm a big guy, so I always have a soft spot for big guys. But the fact that Bronson Reed comes out, and now I'm thinking he's just going to come out and fuck up Miz, fuck up Dexter, right? But no, he fucks up Dexter, and then helps the Miz get his money back, helps the Miz get even more heat, and you gotta respect when Miz... the fans were saying, "We want tables. We want tables."
Oh, that was great.
And then he goes to get the table. You want the table? You want the table? And puts it back. Fuck you. Fuck you, Iowa. You piece of shit. I loved it, bro. The Miz is one of the best heels in the business. And tonight you see why. And that's going to continue in 2023. And if Bronson Reed is his manager, don't be surprised if Miz holds the title at some point next year. It wouldn't surprise me. What did you guys think about Bronson Reed's debut? Who wants to crack that first? Yeah, you want this? You got something to say on Bronson?
I mean, I just want to say this. Bronson Reed reminds me of Bear Bronson. He just like the look, his just like his meanness. When he came out tonight, I looked at him. I was like, holy shit. This guy's a bigger beast than he was.
Was this your first time seeing him, or you saw him in NXT?
Yeah, I saw him in NXT.
Did you see when it was black? Did you see any of his work between NXT and now? No. Go later tonight or tomorrow, whenever you have time. Go look up one of his matches in Japan. That's all I'm gonna say.
You guys know the Indian guy, Bull James? Did you see that guy?
Yeah.
This kid is if Bull James and Bear Bronson had a baby.
He's great. He's absolutely great. And big things for The Miz. All I'm going to say on this also is, by the way, Johnny Gargano was getting shitted on this whole fucking match, right? Yeah. The whole match. What are we doing with Johnny? I mean, it's not even worth talking about him anymore, bro. And I'll say this. The facials, Gilch, I don't know if you noticed, but he looked like he didn't even want to be there, bro. He did not, like, he was selling it, you know, like, oh, low blow. But it looked to me, a couple of times I saw his face, he's like, fuck, what happened to me, man? Maybe he's hurt. Maybe he's hurt and nobody knows.
Or he's sitting there wondering, what the fuck am I doing in this storyline?
I don't know, man. But that was a great segment. It was a weak start, ended hot. I definitely watched the replays on that. We got a picture of Rollins checking out his, like, some shirts. He's dancing. He looks like he invaded his wife's closet again. Came out with this crazy Wizard of the Oz shoes, shiny red fucking robe. No problem. Seth Rollins, he's the man. AJ Styles versus Sami Zayn. AJ with a calf crusher after a banger of a match. Now Solo Sikoa making his way ringside. AJ has to go after Solo. AJ then sends Sami head first into the steps and the announce table. Solo now gets back up, hits the Samoan spike, followed by the Blue Thunder Bomb. And this is the first time I've ever seen somebody get the win off the Blue Thunder Bomb, or at least Sami. So that was cool to see. Adam Pearce comes out, he's yelling at Sami, Solo. Gilch, this is AJ, your boy AJ. Taking a loss. What did you think?
I don't like this. I don't know. Just like I'm starting to get. This is all just wearing thin on me at this point, honestly.
It didn't make sense. Like, why are we now giving AJ a loss to put Sammy over? Sammy's already over. What does this win do for him? Hey, you got any thoughts on this?
Well, what I think is going on of why they gave Sammy the win is because you gotta give these guys, this is a bloodline. They're supposed to have heat. And they've been getting babyface reactions on SmackDown all the time. Because now whenever they're on SmackDown and Roman's like, this state, acknowledge me, everybody just roars. So they were like, you know what, we gotta fix this. We're supposed to be heels. Because now it's starting to become apparent of what's going to happen. They are going to turn on Sami Zayn. So they have to stay the heels. And they have to get a shit ton of heat. They have to work on getting that shit ton of heat before they turn on it.
I guess that makes sense. But now, speaking of Seth Rollins, he's on his way to the ring. He has a message for the Tribal Chief, which I thought was great. I'm like, all right, Seth, Tribal Chief, getting back into it, wants to know, welcome to Monday Night Rollins. Rollins has a huge pop because he's in his fucking hometown, Iowa, and they love some Seth Rollins in Iowa. He says Monday does not belong to you, Roman. It belongs to me. And then, of course, Austin Theory comes out. His music hits. Theory did a really good job working off the crowd because he came in to talk right away, and then the crowd was giving him the heat. And instead of going right into his promo, he just took it in for a second. And then that started the "you suck" chants. This guy's reminding me more of The Rock every week. More of The Rock. They chanted Rocky sucks for a while. I remember that. Anybody that thinks Theory sucks, well, a long time ago, everybody thought The Rock sucked too. That's all I'll say about that.
Savage.
Yeah.
We talked about the Bloodline. You forgot to give the quick shout out to the Bloodline Saturday night.
That's true. Well, who's he related to?
That's Alpha Jr. So that's you know it? Alpha Jr.?
No idea, man. No, I know he's related to somebody for sure because he was talking hella shit. He was telling everybody, shut the fuck up, fuck you. He was cursing at everybody. He was cursing up a storm. Guy was going crazy on Saturday.
Yeah, it was him and what's his name, Juventud, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I was just thinking about the Bloodline. He was doing the whole acknowledge me, fingers in the air. So and the crowd obviously is the ECW crowd. So
I'm surprised. I should have started an Usi chant, but I didn't want to go down that route. But since we're gonna give more people shout out, quick shout out to Juventud Guerrera and Super Crazy for putting on a banger of a match, and it made me really happy to watch Super Crazy pick up the win. And Juventud, of course, Anthony, the Juice is here. The Juice is still here. Do you know about the Juice?
No.
Hey, Gilch, he doesn't know about the Juice. It's fucked up, man.
What? Juice Robinson?
Juventud Guerrera, the Juice.
Oh. Okay.
Juventud Guerrera. You don't know Juventud? Yeah. Don't piss me off.
Yeah.
Juventud.
He was basically the ECW resident luchador.
Yo, I don't think anybody except Disco Inferno lost more on WCW than Juventud Guerrera. I remember he got his ass kicked on fucking on WCW all the time. But yeah, Seth Rollins going on and on talking shit about Roman Reigns. Austin Theory comes out, starts talking his own shit, says, Seth, nothing belongs to you. Not the title, not Monday Night Raw. You need to know that the champ is here. Seed planted for Theory versus John Cena. By the way, I know that's going to happen.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
Says whether you like it or not, you're going to pass that torch to me, and if not, I'll take it from your cold, legendary fingers. Also like that he called him a legend, because I see Theory as a legend killer. Seth goes on to say, Merry Christmas to you too, kid. Keep your cool. We don't want you ending up like Bobby Lashley. You grew up a kid, but now you grew up. You actually grew up. But as long as I'm here, you're never going to be me. You're not on my level. Fans go on to serenade Rollins. And then Theory had a great line. All right? Calling Seth Rollins the third most successful member of the Shield. He must have been listening to my calls on Busted Open. And just said, "Oh yeah, you want to say Roman's the second best member of the Shield? I got you. All right." I didn't like that part, but it was a good line though. Rollins goes on to talk about the mountaintop and says that he is the mountain. I'm the Everest. That title doesn't make the man makes the title. And then we get company. The Usos come out, and it looks like we're about to have a tag team match between Theory and, Seth Rollins versus the Usos. But what happens? Theory just says, fuck this shit, I'm out. Kevin Owens comes out, and then this sets up a match between Kevin Owens, Seth Rollins versus the Usos, which is actually a great main event. We get a Becky Lynch promo letting Bayley know that she's done playing cat and mouse games. Then we get a match with Bayley. Bayley coming out with Damage Control versus Becky Lynch. Honestly, the match was actually fun. It was better. It was better than I thought it was going to be. And I like how Bayley got the win because she hasn't been doing a lot of winning. And a win, even if it's not a clean win, it's a win over Becky Lynch is big. Gilch, was this your... hey, you want to go first?
I'm sorry. Yeah, I apologize.
You don't got to apologize, man. What the fuck is this? This isn't fucking Charm School. All right.
Yeah.
Was this the match of the night for you, Anthony?
Yeah. Because...
For me, too.
I feel that something is going to happen between Bayley and Io Shirai and Dakota. I honestly think that they're going to break... That she's not going to turn on them, but they're going to break her away from doing this Damage Control gimmick, and they're going to put her in her, singles action. I think.
Yo, Becky even said it. Bayley, you're better when you're solo. She even said it tonight in the promo. If I'm WWE, I'm bringing Toxic Attraction to Raw ASAP to feud with Damage Control, get those titles off them, and get them on to Toxic Attraction before they lose their power. Because right now they're coming off a hot run, and there is no more Mandy Rose. So you got to get them into Raw and hook them up with a superstar that's going to be the new leader, right? Whoever it is. Let's say it's
Chelsea. There's
plenty of people.
But there's talks of Chelsea coming. There's talks of Chelsea coming in. I think Chelsea Green would be perfect for that faction.
It could.
How about this? I would be shocked if Chelsea Green is not in the Rumble.
No, I think she's in the Rumble. I think there's going to be a lot of surprise entrants in the Rumble. And I wouldn't be surprised if there's a legend or two in the Rumble.
Maybe like Jon Moxley.
No. No, I'd rather see Stone Cold in the Rumble.
Savage, I said nothing.
Speaking of the Rumble, they're rumoring that it's going to be Finn Balor versus Edge, but it's going to be the Demon King, Finn Balor versus Edge. That would actually be a fun match to watch.
And then the Brood Edge.
Of course, you got to bring up the Brood, and now I got to give a shout out to Gangrel coming out, spitting blood, having a sick match on Saturday night. Man, what a great match! But don't forget, Francine is a crack whore, right? Gilch, isn't that what they kept saying? And she has herpes. Poor Francine, man. They were going off on her on Saturday. Now we get a promo from Seth and KO. Been a long time since we've been a team, man. Why'd we stop being a team, Seth says. KO's looking at him like, really? You don't remember? It was like this year? You tried fucking me out of my WrestleMania match with Stone Cold? You piece of shit. You were wearing a white suit. Seth was like, that wasn't me. Oh, wait. Yeah, it was me. All right, I'm sorry. All right, we're cool. It's all, let bygones be bygones. We're here for one reason. We're here to fuck up the bloodline tonight, man. And that's exactly what they did. KO, Seth Rollins, went on to have a great match. KO just beating the shit out of everybody, man. Rollins, Jay starts things off, and then KO and Jimmy on the outside, Bill rings. Seth gives Jay the 10 punches in the corner. KO clocks Jay Uso with a few hard right hands. Usos take control as we go to break. Back from Seth kicking ass. Great shots. Double crossbody. Tag to KO. Now he's in there with Jay. Super kick to Seth. KO with a frog splash to Jimmy. We get a cover and a kick out. Now KO runs back to the next corner, goes for the Swanton bomb. Jimmy gets the knees up. Out comes Solo Sikoa, but the OC come out and they put a stop to Solo. Big assist to the OC. They look good tonight, the OC, because even though AJ lost, Luke Gallows and Anderson got their win. They look strong tonight. We got Rollins with a huge flip over the top ropes, taking out Jay, taking out Solo. He dodges Solo's attack, sends him into the post, and now Seth with a curb stomp on Jay. Now Jimmy has a one-on-one with Kevin Owens. Jimmy with a super kick. KO kicks out. Theory attacks Seth with a U.S. title from the back, takes him out from behind at the ring barricade. Good storytelling there, how to keep that going without, not having to do much. They told so much of a story with that one shot. KO with a pop-up powerbomb on Jimmy, and the 1, 2, 3. Now Sami Zayn out here with a sneak attack attempt, but KO catches him. In the act, we have a standstill in the ring. Sami now runs away, and then KO's music hits, and apparently, according to Graves, there will be no peace on the island of irrelevancy tonight, and the tribal chief must be very upset. Gilch, did this match get you a happy ending to Raw?
Okay.
Okay. You don't sound happy.
Yeah, it's fine. I enjoyed more Raw than I did the main event, to be honest with you. I don't know. It was good. I mean, it was good.
It was better than last week. It was an improvement over last week. 100%.
It's better, I think this is the best Raw in maybe 2 or 3 episodes, I think, probably.
Yeah, no, it was a good show. A lot of good matches. How about you, Ant? What the main event do for you?
I just love seeing KO and Rollins team up. There's what I think of what they should do with this is keep this going into the Rumble, have those two guys in the Rumble, have Seth or Kevin Owens fuck each other over in some way, start a feud with that. Is there any pay-per-views before WrestleMania?
Yeah, there has to be one, right? They have it might be Elimination Chamber if they're still doing that. I don't know, or maybe.
So then at that point, put those two in an Elimination Chamber together, but kind of like have Kevin Owens pin Rollins, right, to get him out, and then kind of bring in the KO Sami Zayn storyline within that same match.
Maybe. I see Anthony's going into crazy fucking Booker mode, but I don't even know if that's going to happen though. As far as the Elimination Chamber, I think we gotta wait. Yeah, for sure.
Makes sense.
Well, don't forget, tonight was more of like a one-off. On Friday night, it's not going to be Sammy and Seth. It's going to be John Cena, Kevin Owens versus Roman Reigns and Sami Zayn. And honestly, I see the Bloodline losing again. Yeah, I think they're going to send John Cena out of the year as having a win over Roman Reigns to help boost some sales on merch. Because obviously John Cena merch ain't moving the way it used to. It's just not. He's not there.
Everybody. I gotta say this. Everybody's always talking about a turn happening. I don't think that there's gonna be a turn that's gonna happen. I just think the Bloodline is gonna just die.
No,
they're gonna just let it die out.
The Bloodline will never die as long as everybody's alive. There will always be a real Bloodline now that people are always gonna relate to. From now on, it has a name. They never used to call it the Bloodline, but that's what it is. That's what it's always gonna be. Because there's a lot of Samoans, just like Gilch mentioned. There's up and coming Samoans that we don't even know about yet, besides the ones that we're watching.
This era of the Bloodline, this era, is going to just kind of fade away. And then, who knows? Because how are you going to keep that going with no Roman Reigns?
I don't give a fuck about the Bloodline. We're not going to keep it going. Fuck them. We want Matt Cardona, goddammit. We want Matt Cardona. I don't give a fuck about Cody anymore. I'm impressed with Matt Cardona, his physique, his attitude, his discipline, his ability to go everywhere and put on a show and get heat anywhere he goes.
I tell you what, the trajectory Cody's on right now physically, if you've seen the latest pictures of him.
Oh, he's fucking looking like Triple H.
By the time he gets to WrestleMania, his fucking upper body might be as big as Roman's.
Dude, he looks like a Hasbro figure. He looks like a fucking Hasbro figure. Cody, obviously, from what I'm hearing, they're talking about putting him back with Seth Rollins for Mania now.
I read that.
But maybe that means Seth Rollins will be the champ.
No, I like the booking that I like the booking of night one you do Dwayne, night two you do him. You have Cody win the Royal Rumble. That's it.
I don't like that because I want Cody to win the title clean. With no, like, oh, he fought The Rock the night before. If he's going to win the title off Roman, he needs to fight Roman on night one. Or night two, and Roman doesn't even fight The Rock. We don't even know if he's fighting The Rock. We don't know shit. I'm tired. I'm so tired of it. Every day, and especially on Saturdays. That's all Ryan and Mark talk about for 3 hours. Oh, The Rock, The Rock, The Rock, The Rock. Who gives a fuck? He hasn't made a good movie in fucking 8 years. All right? Like, does anybody care?
Okay. I have a question for both of you guys. Then, if you would want Seth and Cody to fight for the title, how would you get the belt on Seth?
No, what do you mean? You mean how you would get the belt on Seth? If Seth's going to have the title, he has to beat Roman Reigns. And that's going to happen maybe at Elimination Chamber.
He fights The Rock in a winner-take-all. The Rock wins both titles and then surrenders the titles the next day on Raw, saying that he's retired from wrestling. But he's the ultimate tribal chief, etc., etc. And then, I don't know, give me a tournament, give me a battle royal, give me whatever you want.
Gilch, how good would it have been if Seth would have been able to, like you wanted him to, I think. You wanted him to steal the briefcase off of Theory. And then Rock wins the match, wins the titles, and then Seth comes down, cashes in, curb stomps his stupid ass, and off we go to the races with Seth again.
I don't think WWE would ever
No way, right?
No way. No way would they do that to The Rock.
No way. That would be
I
too
would love it.
rough.
Aside from 100,000 people fucking booing him out of the building, I would fucking love it.
I'm going to tell you this. I think The Rock is, if The Rock wins the titles, either at Mania, before Mania, he's going to get booed out the building.
Yeah.
He's going to get booed out the building.
No way. No. Is that what you meant? No.
Yeah, if he wins the titles. Like, that would be...
You're discounting the amount of casuals in the building for WrestleMania.
What if John Cena wins the fucking Rumble and he takes the title off Roman Reigns? How do you feel about that? Because nobody's talking about that. There's also that factor. They do eventually going to make him 17-time, right?
I would love to see Cardona in it. I would love to see Cardona come out of fucking nowhere.
All right, that's great. We already talked about that. I'm asking you, how do you fucking feel if John Cena wins the Rumble, comes out 30, wins the fucking Rumble, and then beats fucking Roman Reigns and is your 17-time champ?
I honestly wouldn't mind that.
And then,
honestly.
All right, let's say that happens theoretically.
Oh, wait. You want to talk about long-term storytelling? The Rock and Cena are 1-on-1, right?
No, 2-1.
He won the last one. That's right. Never mind.
2-1, yeah. All right, so that's my next question. If, theoretically, John Cena wins the championship, becomes your 17-time champ, who is taking the title off him? Is it Cody? Is it Seth? Is it Cardona? To me, it's Cardona. That's long-term storytelling. Think about that. Woo. Falling around John Cena in a fucking wheelchair. Being his little bitch boy on Raw. You don't remember that, Gilch?
Oh, I remember it.
You don't think they would use that?
Yeah.
There's so much potential.
What I would love to see is if they were to have a number one contender match for the title, Cody and Cardona.
Yeah,
that would be a
money.
Great match too.
That
match would be money.
Oh, absolutely. I would be all over that shit. But my pick is this. Just going to show you. This is who's winning the Rumble, boys. All right? The American Nightmare is winning the Rumble. It has to be. That moment last year. And next week, gentlemen, I don't know if I told you this, but next Monday we're doing a special show. Okay? Next Monday is the Savage Awards for some categories for wrestling. Match of the year.
And Anthony won't be here.
No? Next Monday?
No. We'll be at the Garden.
You're going, Gilch?
Yeah.
Oh my God. That's terrible.
I'm bringing my daughter.
Oh, well, okay. That's a good reason. Well, what time does it end? It ends at 10:30.
Probably, yeah.
You're not going to be home 11:30?
Oh, yeah.
She's off. They have that week off from school for holiday between Christmas and...
You won't be home at 11:30? 12 o'clock?
I won't be in a position to stream, brother. That'll be somewhere else.
All right, so we'll have to pick a day then. We'll have to pick a day to
how about
do this.
Thursday.
do it in place of NXT?
How about you watch NXT, and then after that we film it? I'll keep it half an hour show. Half an hour
Good luck
NXT.
with Jay's takes.
I'll cut his ass. I'll mute his mic. Half hour NXT, half hour award show. And we have a couple of categories. Match of the year, moment of the year, superstar of the year, male and female, and then maybe like most improved wrestler, you know.
So now it's just going to be...
This is just WWE. This is just WWE.
Okay.
I'm not going to do that to both companies. It's two separate shows. There is no real war. We're going to end the show now in a couple of minutes, guys. But I want to remind all you guys out there, there is no real war. There is no Monday night versus Monday night.
That's what I've been saying for the last year.
All right? There is no real war. Let it go. All you AEW hardcore fans who hate on WWE just to hate on WWE, grow the fuck up. Let it go. It's over. There's no NWO. There's no WCW. It's over. That happened 20 years ago. It's over. Gil, Chair, anything you want to talk about from Saturday? Anything else?
No. Like you said, highlights. Cardona Bully, obviously.
Cheesesteak was good.
I will say anyone who did not go, it was fun. Listen, the card was stacked with just like a random like variety of matches, you know, hard-hitting matches, one or two guys, you know, like a luchador match. I mean, so, and then you had the convention during the day. It's like a great like wrestling day. Like you should make this like one of your days next year and go out there, do it, and really good time.
Are we going to go to the next one? Because, you know, Cardona and Bully are going to be in that Battle Royal they announced for the first Battlegrounds World Champion.
That's not next year's. You mean
that's in February, I think, or March even.
Right, his next event. Yeah, BCW's next event.
They're doing another show January, I think it's the 20th, with Enzo Amore taking on somebody. The smallest wrestler in the world. By the way, if you missed today, Gilch, you should watch Busted Open when you get a chance or listen to it, because Enzo Amore, listen to that part. He went on to say, Bully asked him straight up, 5 minutes, open mic, no restrictions, you versus MJF. Enzo went on a fucking rant about how he would decimate MJF and that he shouldn't compare apples to oranges and never disrespect him like that again, because he came on to Raw debut and made $1 million before the age of 30 and he's a certified G. and MJF don't want it on the mic with me. He says, you put me in the ring right now on the mic, I'm trending #1 worldwide any day of the week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Oh, he went off. And the sad part is he sounds like he's telling the truth. But he looks like he is a hobo in Brooklyn. But I love Enzo. And on the mic, he is one of the best. So I just want to end the show with that. Mic battle, Enzo versus MJF. Anthony, who do you think's winning?
What, in the mic battle? What's
yeah.
Ooh,
that's tough.
It's tough because Enzo's great on the mic, and so is MJF. I can't really choose because I can't choose, and I honestly don't want it because I'm a fan of both.
If it was a wrestling match, you know who I'm taking. Gil, how about you on the mic? Who do you think got this one? Who's fucking hitting that right hook? Because, I mean, you're a fan of Enzo, right? Back in the day? SAWFT, him and Cass, him and Bully said it today. I was in the ring when you made your debut, and I'm listening to 20,000 people who are chanting every word you are saying, and this is your first night. They gave you a whole show. They gave you 205 Live. They let you produce it. I didn't even know that. They let Enzo produce 205 Live. He went there and told everybody what to do.
When he insulted, when he went around insulting each of those superstars. Jesus Christ.
You're talking about the night
really
he insulted everyone on the roster, right? They were all in the ring and he was just that was insane.
Gulak.
If the wrestling ability lived up to the fucking talking ability, I don't see them letting that guy go. Ever.
To me, Big Cass and him were a great combination. I honestly feel that they should have been a tag team. You should have just had Enzo be the mic guy. He destroyed it every week.
No, imagine now Big Cass was like a 7-time world champ and Enzo's his manager, right? How believable is that? My God.
I would love that. Like, Jesus.
It would have been great. But like Big Cass said, Enzo's a great guy. Enzo loves Big Cass. Enzo loves Triple H. He loves WWE. Like he said, it's Disneyland at this point. It's a well-oiled machine. It's going nowhere. So again, AEW fans, let it go. Enjoy all the shows. Just be happy there's pro wrestling on almost every night of the week. I'm happy about it. Gilch is happy about it. I'm going to look into some tickets, boys, for next Monday. And maybe, because I'm thinking, well, there's not going to be a real Raw next week anyway. It's a highlight show.
It's a live event.
It's a highlight show. And this could be a good opportunity to maybe go nuts and get a video with Sami Zayn. Get a video with one of the Usos. Maybe I could wait outside, freeze my ass off. You never know. That's the only reason why I don't want to go. Because if I do, I'm going to end up going outside, freezing my balls off, getting sick to try to get a video with the Usologist. Where are you sitting, Gilch? Should I even ask?
No, I didn't get floor because I got my daughter with me. So I wouldn't get floor unless I was sitting like row 1 or 2. And WWE pricing. I'm just not doing that.
What did you check for the holiday tour? What were they going for?
Like floor, like 6.
For a house show, it's not worth it.
The back floors, like the further floors, and like the first couple rows of the risers, like $350 a ticket.
Anthony, where are you sitting?
Probably in like the 200s.
Okay.
I didn't get them yet. I'm waiting for the pricing to go down.
No.
I'm by like the first riser, like by the stage.
MSG is one of the harder stadiums to do what I do, but I would give you some advice, Anthony, but I'm not going to lie to you. It takes a professional to get it done at MSG. True professional.
I mean, I've been to the Garden before, so.
Security there's just usually a little more uptight. They all don't want to get fired. It's very tight. A lot of good security at MSG. But anyway, that's been Wrestling with Savage, episode 139. We'll be back tomorrow for NXT, episode 140. Shout out to everybody in the Savage Nation, chapter, city, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Hit us up on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitch, Discord. Join the society. Join the Discord. Leave us any questions, comments. Maybe pick up some merchandise. I don't fucking know. Big shout out to Bully Ray for giving me the best birthday present this year possible. Here's another video. Everybody have a good night. Later, later, Gilch.
Christmas, Bully Ray. Good job, Savage.
It's the best out in pro wrestling today!
I'm Wrestling with Savage with Willow Nightingale, baby. Let's go.
Yeah!
Yeah!
Because I'm lovely AF and you aren't. Thank you.
And you heard it here first on Wrestling with Savage.
You're fucking raw, man! Yeah! Raw fucking yeah! Yeah!
Battleground Championship Wrestling, we will not be denied. with Luigi, the greatest pizza maker of all fucking time. Look at this fucking guy right here. Look at this fucking guy. Fuck you, Dad. Fuck you.
Say you are listening to Wrestling with Savage, the best podcast in the history of podcasts.
Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, Roger, you live as a champ. A last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a choke slam. Here to give it to you raw. This is Wrestling with Savage. SmackDown, hold the title. This is Wrestling with Savage. What?
Because they are the best tag team in the world today!
Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, Roger, you live as a champ. A last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a choke slam. Here to give it to you raw. This is Wrestling with Savage. SmackDown, hold the title. This is Wrestling with Savage. What?
Wrestling with Savage begins now.
Merry fucking Christmas, Bully Ray. Good job, Savage.
It's the best hat in
Ho ho, it's that time of the year, and if you want Santa's recommendation for what you should get your friends, the best gift that you can give anyone this year is this gorgeous, beautiful, custom Wrestling with Savage t-shirt, which you can pick up today. Just head on over to wrestlingwithsavage.com and we'll put your order in. You can get any color you want. Make sure you get your order in ASAP so Santa's little helpers can put it together for you and get it straight to your door for Christmas Eve. Make sure that you order today. WrestlingWithSavage.com. We work directly with the North Pole and Santa Claus and everybody you know and love. You will make no better gift. This is the best gift you can get anyone you know. It's warm, it's nice material.
You're still here? Go home. Go to sleep. Do something. We'll see you tomorrow night for NXT. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and everybody go to WrestlingWithSavage.com now.